Hi, and you're now with the Forerunner Chronicles, and right now we have Nikki with us. And Nikki is a former model from the music industry. She was in a lot of music videos with artists like The Dipset, Jules Santana, Rick Ross, Trina, different people that everybody out there is familiar with, that's familiar with hip-hop and that whole culture. Anyway, she saw a lot of things within the industry that let her know that this was not something that she should be a part of. And she especially had one interesting instance on a Rick Ross music video set that we're going to hear about in a few minutes. So you definitely want to hear about this. But anyway, I just wanted to thank Nikki for being here with us. Thanks for doing this interview.
And you're welcome.
Anyway, well, listen, just tell us a little bit about yourself, about your whole background.
Well, I'm from Miami. I'm from actually an area called Opa-locka, which is, I guess, one of the tougher parts of Miami.
Right.
I actually went to school to study special education. Let's see. I also went for biology because I also wanted to be a doctor, but I ended up stopping school and I actually moved to New York City to pursue more modeling. Yeah, that's about it for my background.
So you're smart. So definitely a smart, definitely a smart young woman. Definitely went to college and all of these things. So what drew you into the direction of going into the entertainment business?
Well, I guess because I thought that it just seemed so glamorous and it seemed like wow, like it's just something that really captured my attention. You know,
right.
You always want to be the one that's the nice one, the pretty one, the one that everybody wants.
Right.
So I was attracted to like the lights and the shiny stuff.
Right, I understand. That's what most people are attracted to. Okay, so fast forward, you get into the you get into the industry. You know, you start modeling. Your career goes, pops off, as they say.
Yeah.
Now, what is it that happens in the industry that lets you know that this is not something that you really want to be a part of? What was the first thing that let you know that, this is might not be the right direction for you?
Well, number one was I was contacted by, at the time it was, I guess, Pretty Ricky's manager.
Right.
And this is in, I want to say 2005 or 2006, I believe. And he asked me to audition for some type of tour that they were having. They needed models for. And he said to come to some secret location wearing a G-string and to be ready for something called the freak test.
Right.
And he also said, how would I feel if I was to walk into the tour bus and I would see an orgy? How would I feel about that? He asked me how would I feel if I was to walk inside the bus and I saw people taking drugs such as ecstasy, or what are my views about that? And like, what would I do?
Right.
Because they already had a girl that he told me that freaked out and they had to send her home. So now he lets everybody know up front so they won't be scared and so they won't have to, spend money on them going home.
Right. So they're trying to check out where your head is at if, you see them, a host of people having an orgy or, popping pills, smoking, whatever they're doing. They want to make sure that you'll be comfortable in that environment and even willing to, jump in and be a part of it, right?
Exactly.
And so
yeah.
So how did you react to that?
I said, I don't feel comfortable with that. After that, I just left that alone. That was the last time that I spoke to him.
Right.
A couple days after that, he was still calling, still trying to get me to, I guess, change my mind.
Definitely. And so he calls, tries to get you to change your mind, but you didn't change your mind, right?
No, I did not.
All right, that's good. All right, so now, but you continue on in the music industry, though.
Yeah, I did.
Right. So what happened after there? What's the next thing that happens?
The next thing I believe was I got contacted on MySpace about with an entertainment agency, and that's how he got me into the Trina video.
Right.
And that was the first one that I did, and everything got started from there.
And this is like MySpace before Facebook came out.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah. This is where MySpace, you know.
Right. And so you get contacted to do this Trina video, and so you're playing like the lead model for the Trina video, right?
Yeah, for one of the scenes, yeah.
Okay. And so I guess you're really encouraged to go fast forward in the music industry from there.
Yeah, that's where everything just got started.
So now, what happens though? I mean, what's the turning point? What type of thing? What really happened that opened your eyes up to the fact that, you know, there's something that's within the music industry that is satanic, evil, you know, that people really need to know about, but they're not realizing that that's what's going on behind the scenes. What happened to open you up to that?
Well, you know, I always try to see the good in everybody.
Right.
But, I mean, you gotta be realistic about it. There's people that they may seem nice and they care on the outside, but deep down they have a different agenda. And when I was on the Sean Garrett and Rick Ross music video for 6 in the morning, the director said for everybody to throw up the number 6. And for us to all say, you know, come on, 6. Like, it was making like fun. Like, if I wouldn't have known what it really meant, it just would have went right over my head like it did most people
wait
that were there.
So wait a second. Say that again. What happened here?
He basically, everybody there was chanting 666. This guy is telling us to all say 666, and I'm like, nobody finds that strange. Not even. Do people even know what this means? Like, right. I'm looking around. I guess it just went way over people's heads. If you don't know what that means, of course you're going to start chanting it.
Wow.
That was the last. That was it. I was like,
wow. So everybody's just on the set chanting 666. So you got Rick Ross there, all these guys, and they're chanting 666.
He's telling us to say 666 repeatedly. Throw up the number 6. And yeah, he's not saying it like he has horns and a pitchfork. He's not saying it like that, but he's coming out as a nice guy, and people there are all nice looking, and everybody is so, you know, supposed to be good. But I mean, we're chanting 666, and nobody finds that strange.
Wow, that's wild.
Yeah.
So that basically opened your eyes up. So now, I know that God's been working in your heart since then.
Yeah.
So, what has God been doing in your life since then?
Well, since then, I guess the more that I read and the more that I get into the Word of God, like, I see that everything that I was doing and everything that I was standing up for. I mean, I know that you're just in a music video, or some people say, I'm just rapping, or something like that. But if it doesn't line up with God's word, then I believe that we shouldn't be doing it. And I think that what I was doing was wrong because I was participating and I was surrounding myself with people that were not doing the will and not doing what is right by God.
Definitely. And so now you've stepped away from the modeling career, and you're rebuilding all over again right now.
Yeah, exactly.
So
yeah.
You're going back to school right now?
I'm going back to school for special education, and hopefully I can get a master's in, I don't know, who knows, maybe religion, I guess, maybe.
Well, as God leads you, you never know what He has for you. Look at it.
Exactly. I don't want to jump too far. I'm waiting to hear from God. So.
Right. But that's beautiful. I think I definitely think that what you're saying is valid, and everybody really needs to understand that even though that lifestyle looks very enticing, because it seems like everybody's having fun, especially when you're watching the music videos. It's like everybody everybody's having fun, everybody's always happy, everybody looks good, and you want to be a part of that, and you want to be looked upon as that. And so that's why a lot of people out here trying to emulate that, but they're not really realizing that there's a lot more to it than what meets the eye.
There is a lot more to it.
And I think that's what you saw, and what you're telling us, and what God has revealed to you, and He's doing something new in your life.
Exactly.
All right, so Nikki, before we go, what would you like to tell everybody?
I would like to say, just don't be scared to be different. I mean, it's being, some people call me the Jesus girl. I mean, like, loving God is not the end thing right now. You know, it's not in. Like, right now what's in is the self-made movement. I mean, this whole self-made, I'm self-made, I'm doing this and this and that. That's not, it's really not cool, because how can I say that I love God and I'm promoting the opposite of God's word?
Right.
But I just say, don't be scared to be different. And if you gotta let some people go, then let them go. It's not worth it.
Yeah. You know, Jesus Himself said, if you don't hate wife, mother, father, He said even sister or brother, then you can't be my disciple. And that's real. So we have to be able to stand on our own 2 feet in our relationship with God, because God is looking for individuals. You know, He's not looking for people that are stuck in groupthink. He's looking for people that can stand for Him, make a personal decision. And you've made a personal decision. And I'm happy for you for that. So I continue to pray for you. I hope you stay strong with it.
Thank you.
All right, God bless. Well, listen, everybody. Nikki was with us. You heard it. That's the truth.